Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So today I want to explain about my presentation, and the topic is about language. And my name is Grace Sekina. My student ID number is 1707050033. The first that we have to know about language is about the definition. What is actually the definitions of the language? Language is a very complex human phenomenon. All attempts to define it have proved inadequate. In a nutshell, language is an organized noise used in actual social situations. And the next is about characteristics of a language. The first is language is a means of communication. Language is so important means of communication between humans that it is difficult to think of society without language. It gives a shape to people's thoughts and guides and control their entire activity. The second is language is arbitrary. There is no inherent relation between the words of a language and their meanings or the ideas conveyed by them. The third is language is a system of systems. Language is not an amorphous, a disorganized or a chaotic combination of sounds. These systems operate at two levels, phonological and syntactical. Next is language is primarily vocal. Language is primarily made of vocal sounds only produced by a physiological articulatory mechanism in the human body. And the next is language is a social phenomenon. Language in this sense is a possession of a social group, comprising an indispensable set of rules which permits its members to relate to each other, to cooperate with each other. It is social institution. We learn a language as member of the society using that language, or because we want to understand that society or to be understood by that speech community. If a language is not used in a society, it dies out. Next, language is non-instinctive, conventional. Language is the outcome of evolution and convention. It is non-instinctive because it is acquired by human beings. Nobody gets a language in heritage. He acquires it, and everybody has been provided with an innate ability to acquire language. Animals inherit their system of communication by heredity. Humans do not. Next, language is systematic. All language have phonological and grammatical systems, and within a system there are several subsystems. The next is language is unique, creative, complex, and modifiable. Each language is unique in its own sense. By this, we do not common features, and languages do not have any similarities or universals. Language changes according to the needs of society. Old English is different from modern language. So, is old Bahasa Indonesia is different from modern Bahasa Indonesia. And the next is duality. Humans' language use consists of two systems, sound and meanings. The next is productivity. Man uses the limited limited in order to produce completely novel ideas and utterances. The next is displacement. One can talk about situations, places, and objects far removed from one's present surrounding in time. Human beings, however, can narrate events in which they were not involved. This character doesn't recognize the limits of space and time. I think this is the number 12 of the characteristic of language. Language is both linguistics and communicative competence. A language is a code which is different from the act of encoding. It is a speaker's linguistic competence, rather than his linguistic performance. And the last is language is human and structurally complex. Human language is open-ended, extendable, and modifiable, whereas the animal language is not. And then, human and animal are very different in comfort and communications. Why? So, here the difference of communication between human and animal. The first is, language can convey a lot of number. Language makes use of clearly distinguishable discrete. Animal communication systems are closed systems that permit of no change, modification, or addition. And the fourth is, human language is far more complex than animal communication. The fifth, human language is not an instinctive. This process of learning plays an important part in the acquisition of language. And the last is, human language is called displacement. A human being, for example, can talk about the past, the present, or the future of an event that happened nearby or thousands of miles away. And the last that we have to know about language is why we should study about language. Because today, language is a medium of literature, science and technology, computers and cultural exchange between social groups, and the most powerful, convenient, and permanent means of communication in the world. Thus, a human civilization and knowledge is only possible through language. Okay, that's all my presentation today. Hope you more understand about language. Thank you for attention watching my video. Goodbye, stay safe and healthy. See you.